Hi, this is Towanna Freeman with Ask the Expert, and we have with us Coach Angela Pride from Coaching with Pride. Welcome back, Angela. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, we have another question from our audience that I'd love for you to tackle. This is again one of the areas that you specialize in around time management. And here we go with the question. I have a serious problem, folks. I waste a lot of precious time reading all this stuff on the internet. After 3 or 4 hours, I realize how much time I've spent and I vow that I will never do it. But the next day, I'm back at it again. Sometimes even when I have a lot of work, I open some random blog and start reading. How do I stop wasting time just browsing aimlessly on the internet?
Wow. I think we all have that problem at some time. So I am so glad that they asked this question though, because it is something about discipline, commitment, but I know that the internet is very, very important to all of us and it's a part of all of our lives. And it sounds like the person asking the question has just pretty much developed a routine. So it's hard to get out of your routine, but you really can try. And I promise you, you can do it. With a little bit of coaching and just a little bit of consistency, you definitely can do it. But my first suggestion would be this has worked for me even because my routine is to come into the office, check my email, and then to social media I go. Whether it's LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever, I go to that. But I've started doing certain things like telling myself I cannot go to social media if I haven't done my blog. I can't go to social media if I haven't finished this chapter in my book. So basically rewarding yourself with social media instead of just taking social media for granted. And this is also something that, kids are some of my best coaching tools. I have kids. And what would you do with your child if this was the case? If your child was spending too much time on their cell phone, you take their cell phone away. So I really challenge adults, young adults, whoever, kids, put social media down for a day and just see how much you will get accomplished. You will be surprised how much time you are wasting. And one of my key tips for my clients, I have them to develop a not to do list. People are always focused on to do list and what we should be doing, but I encourage people to focus more so on what they shouldn't be doing. Because when you figure out what you're wasting time on, when you figure out what you should not be doing, you can get a lot more accomplished. And with my clients, I tell them if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. So if you're spending 3 to 4 hours just reading blogs, I mean, and again, I don't want to encourage you not to do it because it could be inspiration. It could be, what gets you going for the day. But 3 to 4 hours, it didn't take anybody that long to do anything. So I guarantee you that's a waste of your time. So if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. So I encourage you to put it down, see how much you can get accomplished. The other thing is to reward yourself with social media instead of just doing it off the rip. Do things, get productive things done first out of the way, and then social media or the internet should be leisure for you if you can do it that way. Trust me though, you can. You just have to take your baby steps and do the things necessary to get you to where you're trying to be. And I guarantee you it's not spending 3 to 4 hours on the internet because imagine how much money you're missing out on when you're doing such things like that. So those are just some tips that have worked for me personally. Again, Facebook was an issue for me, so I encourage you. It happens to the best of us. Social media is out there for us to enjoy, but it should be done under some constraints. You should have some limitations. And if you're taking 3 to 4 hours, trust me, you're not really constraining yourself all that much. So, but I just want to encourage you. You can do it, but set some limitations for yourself, set some boundaries. Turn it off. Turn it off for a day. Turn it off for an hour. Start with 30 minutes. Whatever you need to do, whatever level you are at now, you can get to your next level by just doing little things at a time like that.